All right, what up? So, like I know that there's a new color film in town. Harman Phoenix has done it again. I mean, it's not new. It's the same film, but it's in 120. So, it feels new. The plan today is to take that film out on a little bit of a test shoot. We're gonna do a little bit of a 6-7, so that's 10 shots. That means that I'm going to share every single one of those photos with you, which feels really like it could be a mistake. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because I'm courageous. Probably, or silly, one or the other. I'll be shooting the Makina 6-7, we're riding my bike, and we're gonna be going to some of them fancy neighborhoods with those nice houses, because I wanna feel really jealous in the middle of the day today. Phoenix is now in 120. Shot this film a few times, but I'm usually always shooting it at box speed. I've never shot it at 100 before or at 50, so we're on a couple of tests today. Check it out. I'm excited. I'm out here with a little bit of nature to film, and also up this way there's a mansion. You probably can't see the mansion, but it's back there. I promise you it exists. So what I'm gonna do is take a couple of photos at 100 and at 50 and kind of see if I can get a feel for this film. We're gonna take it back to the house. We're gonna develop it. We're gonna camera scan it, and we're gonna take a look. So the light meter on this one at 100 ISO is saying to shoot it at 11, 250. I'm gonna do 11, but I'm also gonna do 11 at 125, just to give it some extra light. Drop down just a little bit, and first shot. This isn't a bad one or a good one for the first photo. Definitely gonna be kicking off the trend of overly bright and emphasized oranges, so I'll talk about that in one of the photos coming up. Next up, you guys probably can't see because I'm standing in the way, but there's this mansion kind of up on top of this hill up here, and it's just sitting there. All right. My Sakonic light meter is telling me to shoot it at 250, 116. All right, let's see what this focal length's looking like. 250, 116. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna shoot it right at that. 250. I said 116, but I meant F16. You guys know what I meant. Okay, frame's looking nice, mansion's lined up, there's a path leading to it. Foreground, background, looking good. Hold it. 1, 2. Ooh, so this one's definitely a big step up. I like how the mansion's kind of hidden back in the trees. We got the little pathway that leads the way down towards it, flanked by that orange on either side, which once again, I'm going to address in this next photo. You get a little bit of the bloom around those trees up there. Phoenix film gives a little bit of halation. You're seeing a little bit of it, but not a lot on this one. Still pretty cool. The negative space with the sky up there is not my favorite, but I think I rectify that in a future photo. We're gonna move closer to get a better shot of that mansion up there, and then keep it moving. And I kind of like this scene. I don't know, I'm a sucker. This one will be done, but we're gonna do it anyway. We gonna do it anyway. All right, hold it. 250 at 8. You sure about that? It says 250 at 8. Trust the light meter. That's where I'm shooting. Really? 250 at 8? That shit gonna be blown out, bro. Hold on. Because sometimes you don't trust the light meter. So I'm gonna do a spot meter on my hat over here. And it says 250 at 8. All right. Trust your tools. But I mean, also second guess them. I don't know. This is gonna be a silly photo. Hold it. 1, 2. So while converting these photos, it was at this point when I was noticing that the oranges was popping way hard. When you go to Negative Labs Pro and you set at none, this is what you get. I guess this film for me, I'm not exactly looking for it to be true to life. I'm looking to shoot Phoenix and it do a little extra. I want it to be a little bit more. So I don't know. I feel like this is the vibe for me. Maybe none is the vibe for you. That's fine. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. We kind of got the house tucked away and the trees up there, less sky. green here, pretty dark around there. It'll be nice and contrasty, but we're gonna see how it hits at this 100. Okay, let's take it. All right, you're seeing a lot more of that halation up around the trees on the top on this one. The oranges are toned down here at the bottom. This is using the same Negative Lab Pro setup as the other photos. The trees kind of push in to where the house is at, and I like it. I like this one, maybe more than the last one with the windy road. But regardless, I don't know, it's got a lot of negative space up front, kind of filled in, a lot of noise, a lot of texture, but it looks nice. It pushes your eye right there into the middle with the mean shit. All right, I was riding out of the neighborhood and I saw this guy. Gonna shoot this real quick, and then we're gonna head to a neighborhood with all them fancy houses and see if we can take a bunch of cool pictures up that way too. This one's fine. Liking how those purples kind of show up. You get a nice compare and contrast if you look at the video section before compared to this right now. Here we go on a Sunday in this pristine ass neighborhood. I got 5 more shots left. If I can't find enough good looking spaces in there, I'm going back to the Dairy Queen and taking my last photo there. So, all right, got a pretty dope house here in the shade. Let's see how this one shakes out. This one's fine. Not a lot to say about it. Moving on. So this one, camera's saying shoot it at 5.6, 250. I mean, I'm a little skeptical, but it's been a good day so far. So, you know, hopefully I'm just gonna trust the meter. So, maybe it's the way that I'm exposing the film, or maybe it's an inconsistency in my development, but this one, once again, has that same setup, but I'm seeing less of the orange. The leaves and the green are popping here. This film and this house, I think, work together to kind of give a, I don't know, whimsical fall vibe. It feels like over the garden wall a little bit. I feel like this is my least technically correct photo, but best for giving a moody emotion. This house is insane, insane. Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm jealous. I wanna know who lived there so I can marry their daughter or son. I don't even care at this point. All right, so this one I think is the strongest in the bunch. You get a pop of the red and orange on the brickwork in the house and the tree right in front of it. The leaves in the foreground kind of pushing you up that way, the tree at the top. Maybe the tree on the right's a little much, but I don't know, it all helps to frame in this beautiful house, which is gorgeous, and I covet it. If I could steal a house, this would be the one I would steal. Here's another one that I think is just all right, but a pretty good example of how the oranges and reds are hitting. You can see the sign in the foreground, which I think is meh, but the door and the roof, and even the light on the side of that tree are all kind of giving that pop of this. I would use this film again probably in the fall when there's more leaves on the ground. I think that it can work really well with the fall aesthetic maybe. Some pumpkins. Get some pumpkins in the next photo shoot with this one. I had to do the Dairy Queen because the neighborhood that I was in was kind of small and we shot everything. But there you go. Some reds and some blues and an okay photo of a Dairy Queen. So here are my final thoughts. After shooting 10 of these boys, I think I like it a lot. I think that in these overcast days that are gonna be coming up in the fall and in the winter, that instead of doing black and white or feeling like I'm wasting film like Portrait 400 or anything like that, that maybe doing this is gonna make a little bit more sense. I will only be shooting this film at 100 from here on out. 200 is dead to me. This is Phoenix 100. That's just gonna be what I'm calling it from here on out. So here's what I wanna know. Have you shot Phoenix 100? And if so, what speed did you shoot it at? Did you push it? Did you pull it? What tricks did you use to get this film to look the way that you wanted it to? For me, it's definitely gonna be 100. I like the vibes that it puts out. And I like that it's not exactly perfect. It's got a bit of character to it, and that's gonna keep me using it for sure. So why don't you let me know down in the comments, chop it up with me, that'll be really fun, and I'll see you at the next video. Peace.